Hi everybody! Welcome to another edition of my Make It Monday, where each week I share with you some projects that I'm working on in hopes that it will inspire you to do something creative this week as well. So it's November. I can't believe how fast this year has flown by. So are you ready for November? Anyway, so being the first Monday of the month, that means it's Make It Monday will be Paper Pumpkin. Hi Lynette, how are you? Glad to see you here. Anyway, but before we dive into the October kit, I wanted to mention something because if I don't do it now, I will forget. And that is that starting November 2nd, the Eden's Garden Suite will be available. Okay. The past week or so, I have been sharing on my Facebook page cards that I have made with this suite. And from the responses, I gather that many of you like this kit or the suite. And so I'm happy to say that it will be available to order starting November 2nd, which is, for our part of the world, it's Tuesday afternoon. Okay. You have to get this. This is such a nice set. The only way I can describe it is like serene, spa-like, really a lot of applications if you like florals. Anyway, so what I was going to say was, I'm trying to attempt a class kit. And so when you purchase a bundle is the stamp set and the dies. Oops, wrong side. The dies. Okay. When you purchase the bundle, I believe it's $52 for the bundle. So when you purchase this bundle from me, I'm going to supply you with the paper materials to make these 3 cards. Okay. These are like my top comments or top likes in my Facebook posts. So those would be awesome to make. I'll have the instructions and the like the paper and these little frilly things. Like you will have this already, so I won't need to supply you with that. Well, I couldn't anyway. So I will have all the die cuts ready for you. So all you need to do is assemble when the packet arrives. Okay? Hi, Nola. Anyway, so hopefully this is enough enticement for you to purchase that kit. I tell you, you will have a lot of use with it and it won't be, collecting dust. All right, so let's switch the camera around and get working with the October Paper Pumpkin. Okay, seems like the camera kind of moved. Oops, wrong way. There we go. The light. How do I make the light not shine? Anyway, all right. So this is the October kit. And with this October kit, as you can see, we officially kick off the holiday crafting season. Most of us, I suspect, will be making our own Christmas cards, right? Have you decided what you're going to do or what suite or what theme you're going to make? Anyway, so do you know anyone or someone who wants to try their hand in making cards this holiday season but don't know where to start? Well, I have a special offer, promotion, whatever you call it, with this video is if you will just comment below and tag your friend's name. And on November 5th, I will randomly draw a name and send him or her this kit. I mean, not this exact kit. It will be a new kit, all right? This kit, and I can't think of a better way or easier way for them to get started with their Christmas cards, okay? So all you need to do is just comment below by tagging your friend's name, and I will randomly draw a name and send them this. Sorry, only U.S. addresses. And in fact, international, it might be taking too long, but anyway. So US addresses only. And for my YouTube audience, I'm not really sure how YouTube works, whether there's a tagging function, but if you will just leave a friend's name in the comment section, I will include that in the drawing as well. How's that? All right. You don't have your paper pumpkin yet, Nola. Well, why would that be? Anyway, this is a very popular kit, so I believe the refills are gone too. So your friend will be getting a much sought after kit. Okay, so as you can tell, this is a Christmas kit, and I also wanted to take this opportunity to show those of you who have not tried a paper pumpkin kit how easy it is to make a card out of this. So for the paper pumpkin, it comes with the stamp set, and I love this stamp set. Usually there's a few stamps that I don't really like, but this one, every single one of them I have used. Okay. Hi, Amy. And of course you get your Stampin' spot. You get all the little embellishments that come with it. And I think there's also like a, where is that? Little glitter dots, glue dots here too. So, oh, here we go. All right. So it's a all-inclusive kit, perfect for your friend who is starting out stamping. Okay, so let's get started with the first card. Okay, so I'm starting from here. Let's see. So for the first card we're going to make is, hey, this one here. Okay, and I just want to take a moment to show you how easy it is to make this card. All the supplies are included, so you just grab one of the cards, okay, and one of these die cuts, okay, okay, and the instructions sheet is really clear cut. It's all illustrated, so you don't even need to read, right? So it'll show you what you need for card number 1, okay? And so for the card number 1 that we're doing, it says to stamp this row of pine trees, right, onto this card here. So let's get started. You know, this is the first time I'm actually attempting this on doing my live. I hope I don't mess up. Anyway, so I'm going to use my my stamp pad. You will have the little spots, okay? So let's get started. Okay, and we are going to stamp here. Let me just see. Okay, so just a little bit here. Okay, I love how subtle it is. And so the next thing, this next step is you're going to see, this just shows you these are the dimensions that you're going to put on the card. Okay, so where are my dimensions? It comes with dimensions. Oh, here we go. So everything is included except for probably the scissors, we always say. Okay, and we're going to mount it onto the card. These little release paper is everywhere in my house. They just have a way of floating all over my house. Okay, so we're going to put this on here. Okay, and according to this, we are next going to put 3 glue dots on the back of the vellum piece. And the reason we're doing that is, remember, vellum, we need to hide where we glue, okay? Because it does show. So let me grab this vellum piece. See, everything is already included. You don't need to get anything else. These kits are perfect for young kids or the young at heart. In fact, one of my class, I have a bunch of kids coming, and they really enjoy this. My daughter does this too. She doesn't want to admit it, I'm sure, if you asked her, but I know she'll say, "Oh, I'm glad I had that kit, Mom, because I was able to make a card for somebody." You know how kids are. They don't like to admit that their moms did something right for them. Anyway, so here we go, and we're going to get the glue dots. Let's see, where's my glue dot? You know, this is what happens when you over-prepare. But anyway, so that's okay, because what I'm going to do is just use this, because we are live, so I don't want you to be waiting too long as I search for my glue dots. Okay, we're going to put this here. In fact, it's probably a good idea that I did this, because then you'll see how the glue shows through, and that's why we use something to hide it, which is this piece here. Okay, and according to this instruction, we're using, see, that's the difference. This means it's the dimensions, and this is the glue dots. Okay, so dimensions again. All right. Well, thanks, Nola. Thanks for sharing. So that one I'm going to glue right here, right? And the next thing we are getting is this banner. Okay, this banner. We're going to glue this on. So those of you who are just joining, I can't seem to find my glue dots, so I'm just using glue, which works. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to do is put this. See how easy this is? This is totally doable for your Christmas cards. It's a great way to inject a little handmade from you card for your loved ones. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this. Okay. Okay, and then the piece de resistance is the gems. Right here, put one here, whoops, wrong way, and I'll put one here. Remember, in threes, right? Oops. 3 is the ideal numbers, or odd number. Oops. Come on, there we go. See, that didn't take very long, did it? Hi, Ross, thanks for joining us. Anyway, so see? Finished. All right, so that's how easy it is, my friend, to make a paper pumpkin card. It was effortless and beautiful, beautiful card. Okay, so the next card that is part of this kit is this one here. Okay, beautiful, very subtle. It's a nice card, right? So usually my plan of attack when I'm doing the paper pumpkin is I will make one set that is exactly what is prescribed. And then I venture out and see how I want to maybe adjust a little here, maybe change it a little bit. So the first thing that I realized I needed to do was this. I needed to cut it in half because it seems such a waste to make one card out of it. So just by cutting this in half, you've already in effect doubled the number of cards you can make with this. Hi Tracy, how are you? Of course, yes, you can send more than one name. The more the merrier. So anyway, so that's the first thing I do. Everybody will have white cardstock, right? So this is immediately what I did was using thick white cardstock, cut this in half and mount it onto to this card. Very simple, very elegant, right? Very easy. So if you're mass producing, this is the perfect go-to card, is beautiful paper, greeting, and embellishment. How simple is that? Okay. So the other pair to that, I wanted to have a little bit more color to it, so I used Coastal Cabana for a pop of color. Okay. And for this one, if you notice, I embossed a piece of vellum with one of the embossing folders that we have. It's called, let me see what it's called, Wintry 3D. I think it's perfect companion to this kit. If you wanted to, what do you call it, upscale, upgrade, what do you call it, do an alternative to this kit. So this is just vellum, because I'm staying with the theme, all right, with vellum. So it's really subtle, but it gives enough interest to it. And I added some rhinestones, okay? And this is a greeting from another set that Stampin' Up! Has. And if you look carefully, I used my friend Kim's technique of shadow. So it's stamped with black, and then I over-stamped it with the Coastal Cabana to give it kind of a faded interest. Anyway, so yeah, that's a really simple technique to give special interest to your words, your sentiments. So from one card, now you can make 2 cards, right? What a deal, right? And another way that I always like to get more out of my kit is when they have beautiful envelopes. I mean, seriously, this is too beautiful. So what I do is I cut it apart. So let me show you how I cut it apart to get the maximum square footage, right? If you call it square footage. So what you need to do is, let's see, make sure that you can see me on the camera. So here, I'm just slicing it so that it cuts right here. Okay, so not a lot. Okay, so that's done. And this one too. So ta-da! So now you have lovely paper to work on. So for me, what I do is I'll slice this here. For those of you who follow me, you've seen me do this in other kits as well. So it's one of my go-to techniques, okay, to get more mileage out of your kit. So that's that. And let me show you what cards I made out of this. Okay. So this, what I did was I sliced this in half, right? And I brought in the embossing folder, the Wintry 3D, the same one that I used on this one. But I've used it on a spruce cardstock, again, to give it some textural interest. And I have some silver foil here to kind of complement the silver here. And Season's Greeting is from another set. I think it's the same set as this set. I don't remember. I should really jot these things down before I start my video. And this is from this particular kit. Okay. And So that one was sliced this one. So then I turned around, and this is what I did for this card. Okay? So this one, I am copying the technique that the kit presented with stamping on the buffalo plaid paper, which I did, which gives it a really nice subtle look. This particular embossing folder is from the Evergreen Forest 3D. Again, playing with the vellum theme here. So I embossed that particular embossing folder onto a circle here. This is one of the gray ribbons that we have. And this is something from the kit. Yeah, here you go, right? So basically, the kit is awesome not just because you can complete cards, but it also gives you ideas. So for this particular card, this whole cluster of circle, a banner, and a greeting is what I used here. Circle, banner, greeting. So there you go. So it's like taking a lesson, a kit. The kit is your lesson, and then after you've completed with your cards, then you use what you have done and apply it to other cards, which is what I did here. What do you think? You liking this set? You're probably wondering, wow, if you're cutting up all the envelopes, how am I going to send the cards out? Well, these are all normal size cards, so you can just go ahead and use the stamps to stamp up your envelope. See? Ta-da! No worries. Okay. Now this particular, the stamps that I said I liked is also great for gift tags. Okay. So this is one of the gift tags that you can make from our home to yours. Okay. Okay, what else do I want to show you? Oh, another way to extend mileage out of the kit supplies. Look what I did. I cut, let's see if you can remember here. Remember there's like 5 trees here? Well, I cut it down. Okay. So this again, not wanting to quote unquote waste this pretty paper, I cut it in half, and here's one. I think this is one of the specialty papers, but again, it's to reinforce the snowflake theme. So I did that. And this is actually, believe it or not, one of the envelope pieces. So, because you'll have like these green pieces here, so I use that here. And again, this is part of the kit, the sayings, the sentiments also from the kit. And this is, I added a white twine. Okay? So what happened to the other piece? Here's the other piece. This is more of an earthy look, a more natural look. So this is the other side. Okay, so this is 2, this is 3. This is the envelope. So this part is this envelope piece here. Okay, and I cut it down. See? Just cut it down. And I trimmed the back, and nobody would be the wiser. Okay? So you really get a lot of use out of the kit, right? So what do you think of this? This is nice and simple, also keeping in theme with a serene nature's type of a Christmas card. Okay? And one last thing. Oh, so another thing you can do with your supplies. Let me put these away. And I'm going to show you what to do. I think I've also shown this in one of my previous kit videos, which is this you can use, right? So I'm going to show you what I've done with it. Oh, you know what? Now I see my glue dots. It was just right there. Okay, so now I'm looking for something else. And I'm not seeing it, so I'm just going to use this one. So for you to use this as a stencil, the first thing I do is just tape it onto something so that it won't move. Okay. And then you're going to insert this piece of white cardstock. I think this is 2 3/4. Okay, so let me make sure it's even. All right, and then I'm going to use my handy dandy blending brush. We're going to start with shaded sprues. Okay, now because it's vellum, it's very delicate, you have to be gentle. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and I always like to put off a little bit on the side so that I don't get the full strength at the first pass. Okay. And this is especially tricky, so you would making sure that you guys can see, because I am being blocked by my camera. Okay. This is a really nice technique, a great way to use these leftovers, if you will, of your kit. Okay, and the next thing we want to do is where we're going to add a smidge of evening evergreen. That way, to give it a little bit more depth. Okay, I think I'm being a little heavy-handed here. Let's see how this looks. Aha, see? How do you like the shading? Maybe I need a little bit more shading on the top, huh? Let's see. There. Hi, Anne. Nice of you to join us today. So, what do I do with this? Again, this is actually one of the envelopes, and I would mount this on here, and let me show you the card that I made. This is bringing in the real red that was a suggested color for the kit. And this is another one of the sentiments from the stamp set that you have included in the kit. And this, my friend, is part of the envelope. Okay, is this part of the envelope that I cut down. So nothing really goes to waste for these cards. And if that's not your cup of tea, here's another card you can do with the leftovers. It's not so leftover anymore, is it? So for this one, again, I brought in the embossing folder, the Evergreen Forest 3D, and this is the leftover piece. I call it, is it the negative of the die cut. And it's great because if you look really closely, it gives it the texture for the inside of these trees. Now this one I brought in from another stamp set. I don't know if can you see that this is a slice of silver foil. Okay, and these are just rhinestones that I added on here just to give it a bling. I mean, it is a Christmas card, right? So you want some bling. So what do you think of these alternatives? Have you had a chance to do yours? So let me bring these cards back for those of you who are joining us late. So this is one of the cards that we made with the leftover piece after you've pulled out the trees. This is if you use that as a stencil, okay? This is cutting apart the two pieces, right? This is using the envelope, right? This is also using the envelope piece. These were the original two cards. This one is an alternative, which is like this. Okay. Whew, that was quite a bit of work, right? But very simple, very easy, perfect for Christmas holidays when you are, short on time, but you still want to make a handmade card for your friends. The kits are the way to do. We have other kits in that Stampin' Up! Has. This is another kit that we have. This is more of a whimsical look, and this is also available. This one, I believe, is $19. But right now, I have a few kits left of this particular set. So if you're interested, let me know. And another way to get a free set for your friend is to leave a comment in the comment section and tag your friend. And on November 15, I'm going to randomly draw a name, and hopefully it's your friend. But anyway, it's just to generate some interest, and it's Thanksgiving season, and I wanted to share something or do a giveaway during Thanksgiving season to show my appreciation for all of you, right? Sharing is caring. Thanks. I'm glad you guys are liking the alternatives. They're very simple. I know you can use this to make even more fancier cards, but my perspective on the alternatives is use what you have here, not needing to get anything extra. Use what's in the kit and multiply that way, right? And not waste the kit. The whimsical one is sold out. I think it is still available. I went online before going live today, and I think it's still available. It's the refill of this particular kit that's not available, because at one point in time, I thought it was brought back, but apparently it is not, because it's not available right now. So anyway, so if you want one, I have one. One or two. Okay. Anyway, so this is it for today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I go through these comments and I will respond. And again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please make sure you give me a like. And I will see you next Monday. All right? Thank you. Bye-bye.